Students from Washington International School, Montgomery Blair, and Landon meet today on It's Academic. Everybody, I'm Hillary Howard. Welcome to It's Academic, the world's longest running TV quiz show produced by Altman Productions in association with David M. Rubenstein Productions and WETA.
Support for It's Academic has been provided by the following: George Mason University, all together different.
Call us different.
Different in where we come from,
Where we're going.
and how we think.
But the same in our dreams for tomorrow.
Driven by the pull of possibility.
To inspire.
To think fearlessly. To protect and to heal the planet. We know the world will change.
Together.
We will be the ones to change it.
Call Mason different. All
together different.
Hi, we are so glad you've joined us for our 8th playoff game of the season. These teams are good, and we're excited to watch them bring it. We begin, as we always do, teams with the fast start. Questions are worth 10 points up or down. First team to buzz in gets to answer. Here we go. A-E-I-O and U. All answers in this round will be four-letter words with 2 or more vowels. The NBA Jazz basketball team,
Utah.
Landon. Yeah, Utah. 12 p.m. is commonly known as this time of Landon. Yeah. This is a double reed woodwind instrument. Landon.
Oboe.
Correct. This is the official currency of the European. Yes, Blair.
Euro.
Yes, it's Euro. Des Moines is the capital of
Iowa.
Landon. Yes. Robert Frost was this type of Landon.
Poet.
Poet it is. This is the sound a cat makes. Blair.
Wow.
Yeah. This small toy disc moves up and down a string, Washington.
Yo-yo?
Yeah. This legal document indicates ownership. Blair.
Deed.
Deed is right. This is the sound made by a baby chick. Yes, Blair.
Peep.
It is. It's peep. And that does it for the fast start. Let's take a look at the scores. Washington International School, 110 points. Montgomery Blair, 140 points. And the Landon Bears, 150 points. All right, these teams have been here before. Let's meet them again. We begin with Washington International School from Washington, D.C. Hey, Maddie.
Hey, my name's Maddie. I'm a senior, and I've been on the team for 2 years now.
Well, it's good to see you again. And Reagan.
So yeah, hi, I'm Reagan. I'm actually very new to the team. I only joined this year.
Well, but I've seen you before, and
Yeah.
it's good to see you again.
Thank
And
you.
William.
Hi, I'm William. I've been on It's Academic since 10th grade.
Wow, that's wonderful. Are you a senior this year?
Yes, I'm a senior.
All right. Well, here we go, guys. Questions in this round are worth 20 points, nothing off for a wrong answer. The Emir is here. Instead of looking for the Emir, see if you can find here what word for that part of the eye which regulates the size of a pupil.
Iris.
Yes. Odometer, pedometer, hygrometer. If you were on a hike, which of these devices would measure your distance traveled on foot?
Pedometer.
Yeah. The Chinese restaurant at the end of the universe. Almost. Please eliminate what one word to make this Douglas Adams title correct?
Chinese.
Yeah. Here you have the symbol for the rare element lutetium inside the name of what common lightweight material or metal whose main ore is bauxite?
Yeah.
Aluminum.
Yes. Mohawk, Santa Fe, Chisholm. Of these 3 trails, which one was a cattle trail running from Texas to Kansas?
Chisholm.
That's it? Perhaps my dynamite factories will put a stop to war. This quote from what Swedish industrialist
Nobel?
who invented dynamite and endowed prestigious international prizes in peace, literature, and the sciences, and you've already gotten it correct. And that does it for you, Washington International School, 230 points. Over to Montgomery Blair from Silver Spring. Hi, Guggen.
Hi, my name is Guggen. I'm a junior, and actually, this is my first year here.
And it's nice to have you back for this playoff match. Sophia?
Hi, my name's Sophia. I'm a junior, and this is my second year on the team.
And Justin, you've been here before lots.
Yep, it's my second year as well.
All right, guys, here are your questions. Kerchief or umbrella? You won't need this type of protection if you find in this phrase what word identifying the public square of ancient Rome?
Forum.
Yeah. Voracious, venerable, insipid. If someone eats a lot of food, that person's appetite can best be described by which of these words?
Voracious.
Yeah. New moon phase. Not quite. Please eliminate one word and make this title of a Stephanie Meyer book correct.
Remove phase. Phase.
Yep. All the consonants are missing from this word. For what type of neutron star that's a source of periodic radio waves?
Pulsar.
Pulsar.
Pulsar is right. Alcatraz, Ossining, Andersonville. None of these places was a nice place to be incarcerated, but which one was a notorious Confederate prison?
Andersonville.
Andersonville.
You got it. We want Google to be the third half of your brain. If you Google this statement, you'll learn it was made by what man who co-founded Google with Larry Page?
Sergey Brin.
Yeah.
Sergey Brin.
Well done, Montgomery Blair, 260 points. To Landon, the Landon School from Bethesda, Maryland. Noah. Hi.
Hello, I'm Noah, and this is my first year on It's Academic.
All right. Ryan.
I'm Ryan. This is my second year on the team.
And Arthur.
Hillary, I'm Arthur. This is also my first year on the team.
All right, guys. You're doing pretty well. Firsties. Okay, here we go. Antiseptic rickshaw. Clean rickshaws are nice, but see if you can find here the name of what scientist who worked with James Watson to discover the double helix structure of DNA.
Crick.
Yes. Wind tunnel, court of law, skating rink. Which of these phrases best defines a tribunal?
Court of law.
Yeah. Death of a shoe salesman. No, we don't think so. Please eliminate one word to make this Arthur Miller title correct.
Shoe.
Yeah. The symbol for carbon appears twice in the name of what other element whose symbol is Ca?
Calcium.
Yep. Apricot, buzz, coach. Which of these words is an example of onomatopoeia?
Buzz.
Buzz, yes. Just as serpents close their ears, men close their eyes to the truth. These were the words of what 16th to 17th century Italian scientist who opened a lot of eyes by dropping objects from the Leaning Tower of Pisa to prove all objects fell at the same acceleration.
Fermi.
No, Galileo. Nice job, Landon, 250 points. That does it for Mix and Match. Please do not go anywhere because we have lots of pictures next. See you in a minute.
I'm David Rubenstein. From the Kennedy Center and the National Archives to the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument, I've been pleased to support many important organizations and historic sites linked to American history, art, culture, education, and more. I believe giving back to our country isn't just an idea, it's an action, a patriotic action that involves all of us. And it begins with education and learning about our nation's past so that we, the people, can make a more perfect union for the future. We can do it together. Please read, learn, get involved, and make a difference.
Well, we've got a lot of pictures to show these students, which means it's the picture perfect round where questions are worth 20 points up or down. Once again, the first team to buzz in gets to answer. Here we go. The attack on Pearl Harbor occurred on what Sunday in Landon?
December 7th,
December
1941.
7th, yeah, nice, is right. The Hail Sum. You can rearrange the letters in this anagram to name what long-lived Landon.
Methuselah.
Methuselah is right. In 1791, what French king, and I need his number, granted John Fitch a patent for his steam-powered boat, but lost his throne when the French Revolution, Blair?
Louis XVI.
You've got it. Evaluate this expression, giving your answer, Blair.
96.
96 it is. These massive rock formations can be seen in what African country where Luanda is? Landon. Answer?
Angola.
Yeah. This painting of a polar bear is by what American artist and ornithologist, more famous for his book, Blair?
Yeah.
Audubon.
Yeah. The red square on this chart covers Landon. Answer. 3, 2, 1.
Radon.
It is, no, it's Krypton. Painted on the ceiling of a 17th century palace is this depiction of Psyche and what winged god of love, Blair?
Eros.
Yeah, and that does it for Picture Perfect. Let's check out those scores. Whisk, 230 points. Montgomery Blair, 340 points. Landon, 290 points. I already told you at the top of the show that these teams are all really good. There's a lot of work that goes into it, and coaches, parents, administrators, they're all around to help. We begin with Washington International School. Reagan, who's with you?
So today we have some friends, family, and our coach,
All right, who's your coach?
Miss Brennan.
Well, it's good to see you. And over to Montgomery Blair, Sophia.
I'd like to thank our coach, Mr. Rada, who's here with us today, as well as our coaches, Mr. Schaefer, Mr. Hammond, and Miss Partan, who couldn't be here today, for all of their support.
Hi, guys, and to Landon. Ryan.
I'd like to thank our awesome coach, Miss Chambers, our alternate Jack, and some lower middle school bears for being with us today.
Beautiful round of applause for everybody for being here. And now that those introductions are behind us, we can begin, dunk-da-long, the packet round. Washington International School, you get to answer questions first from one of these packets. Montgomery Blair, pick a packet, 1, 2, or 3.
2.
2, okay. Questions are worth 20 points. Guys, nothing off for a wrong answer. 25-point bonus if you get all the questions right. Because it's made of iron and subject to temperature shifts, there's a seasonal change of several inches in the height of what 984-foot-tall tower in Paris?
The Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, that's it. For centuries, the emperor of China was said to sit on a throne named for what mythical fire-breathing creature?
A dragon.
Yep. January 1920 began a very dry period in the United States because that month began what government policy based on the 18th Amendment?
Prohibition?
Yes. Here's your science question. Polonium, iridium, terbium. The discovery of which of these elements by Marie and Pierre Curie led scientists to the concept of the atomic nucleus and an understanding of its structure?
Polonium.
Yeah. When a venerated Arab poet died in 1057, 180 fellow poets attended his funeral in what now is a modern country where Damascus is the capital.
Syria.
Yep, it's Syria. For a good, clean story, you might read Tale of a Tub by what English author better known for Gulliver's Travels?
Jonathan Swift?
Yep, that's it. Here's your math question. Evaluate this expression, giving your answer as a positive integer.
21.
21 is right. Climate change resulting in crop failures was a factor in the 2003 Darfur genocide. In what country whose capital is Khartoum?
Sudan. Right? Sudan.
Sudan?
Yes, it is. And guys, with that answer, you get a 25-point bonus. Way to go. Nice job, Washington International School. 415 points. Over to Montgomery Blair. Landon, packet 1 or 3?
3.
3. In Peter Pan, Captain Hook is pursued by what sort of large alligator-like creature that still menaces fishermen along the Nile River?
Crocodile.
Yeah. Scientists got quick results when they observed in a zeptosecond, that's 1 sextillionth of a second, changes to what atom whose symbol is He?
Helium.
Yes. If Huckleberry Finn had lived in India, he might have piloted his raft down what river, which Hindus consider most holy?
The Ganges.
Yeah, that's it. Here's your science question. Vega, Polaris, Rigel. As measured by the Hertzsprung-Russell diagram, which of these stars located in the Ursa Minor constellation is colder than the sun?
It's Polaris.
Polaris.
Yes, it is. Portuguese explorer Bartolomeu Dias gave the name Cape of Storms to What South African cape whose two-word modern name is a lot more pleasant?
Cape of Good Hope.
Yes. The title of a hot novel by Ray Bradbury links the word Fahrenheit with what number, referring to the combustion temperature of paper?
451.
You've got it again. Here's your math question. Which of these numbers is evenly divisible by 6?
Yeah, 1494.
1494.
You've got it. I like that consult. It pulled you through. Though tourists in Morocco often spend more time in Casablanca, what smaller city is actually Morocco's capital?
Rabat.
Yeah, nice job. Another 25-point bonus. Way to go, Montgomery Blair. 525 points. And now, Landon, packet number 1. John Milton originally planned to feature King Arthur in Paradise Lost, but instead wrote about what disobedient biblical couple in the Garden of Eden?
Adam and Eve.
Yes. The question, what happens to a dream deferred, was raised by what 20th century poet whose first name was Langston?
Hughes.
Yeah. In an 1854 congressional act, the name Kansas was paired with what other territory soon to become the Cornhusker state?
Nebraska.
Nebraska it is. Here's your science question. Lecithin, maltose, thrombosis. Which of these is a lipid containing nitrogen and phosphorus that forms a vital part of animal and plant cell membranes?
Maltose?
No, lecithin. The first peppermint chewing gum was introduced in 1880 and was named for what Latin American peninsula that had been the center of Mayan culture? Anything? 1, 2, 3. The answer is Yucatan. A lunar crater and a minor planet discovered in 1980 are both named for what Persian poet, author of the Rubaiyat?
Khayyam.
Yeah, here's your math question. When simplified, this expression is the log of what number?
3.
Yeah. When Edmund Hillary's expedition reached the top of Mount Everest in 1953, they flew the flags of Great Britain, India, and what third country whose capital is Kathmandu?
Nepal.
That is right. Nice Landon, 410 points. The packet round is in the books. The grab bag is next.
Hello, I'm David Rubenstein. Did you know that the state of Louisiana is named for the French King Louis XIV, and the city of New Orleans refers to a French city associated with Joan of Arc? I'm David Rubenstein, reminding you to read, learn, get involved, and make a difference.
We've got a couple of minutes, so let's learn a little more about these students and what their plans are, particularly for the summer, which can be great or busy or both. Let's begin with Washington International School and Maddie.
I don't have any concrete summer plans at the moment, but I think I'll take advantage of the extra time to do some reading.
Oh, really? What do you like to read?
I like to read like old school political theory, so a big favorite of mine is Machiavelli. Maybe I'll hear some more from him.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, have fun in the books. Reagan.
So for me, this summer, I'm kind of just finishing up on a book I'm publishing with the University Press in the UK.
Wow, and you must elaborate on that.
So I work as a translator for a lot of kind of French critical theory and post-structuralist theory. So I'm currently just finishing up a translation I did of the seminars of Félix Guattari. He was kind of like a psychoanalyst and activist.
That is ridiculously impressive, just saying. William.
Hi. I hope to take a really long break from academic material over this summer and just try to relax and enjoy myself.
Also brilliant, I would say, to Montgomery Blair. Guggen.
I'm going on vacation to Albania this summer.
Really? Wow. Along the coast there? Or?
Yeah, visiting like Saranda and Ksamil.
Wonderful. Well, next year you'll have to fill us in on what you discovered. Sophia.
Well, I'm also looking forward to having a break and doing some reading, and I will also, one of the few concrete plans I have, I'll be going to Italy to visit my family.
You never go wrong with Italy. Ever, ever, ever. Have fun. Justin.
I hope to do a research internship with the program we have at Montgomery Blair.
Wonderful. Any particular research? What are you doing?
Not yet. I don't know. We'll find out.
All right. Well, have fun with that. And to Landon. Noah.
I'll be headed to Santander, Spain with the Landon program for 3 weeks.
Oh, that is cool. Is it Spanish immersion or what?
Yes, we stay with Spanish families.
That's fabulous. I just got back from there, so have lots of fun. Ryan?
Hi, I'm planning on using the time to get back to fencing and start training more competitive.
Cool. And I remember you talking about the competitive stuff. How long have you been doing it?
Probably about 3-4 years now.
All right, nice, nice. And Arthur?
I'll be going to Texas for a summer program in aerospace.
Oh, wow. And is that what you want to pursue?
Yes, I'm very interested in it.
Rocket building?
Yep.
Wow, one of the guys that actually does it, right? That would be very nice. All right, guys, we've got the grab bag round for you. Let's do a score recap first. Washington International School, 415 points. Montgomery Blair, 525 points. The Landon Bears, 410 points. Okay, and now we begin the grab bag. In this round, teams, questions are worth 20 points up or down. The first team to buzz in gets to answer. Teams again. In celebration of Star Wars' 30th anniversary, the 2007 Discovery Space Shuttle crew brought along what glowing Star Wars weapon once, Blair?
A lightsaber.
The lightsaber, yes. The obscure Siberian city of Tobolsk was the birthplace of what Russian scientist who devised the periodic table, Blair?
Mendeleev.
Yeah. Located in Manhattan, the Museum of Chinese in America was designed by what woman who had previously designed the Vietnam Memorial, Blair?
Violin.
Yep, on your screens. A 19th century artist did this drawing of what British courtier? Yes, Blair.
Breaker Raleigh.
Answer, 3, 2, 1.
Raleigh.
Sir Walter, oh, you got it in, Sir Walter Raleigh. The 5 basic foot positions of fencing were adopted by what type of classical dance of which Swan Lake? Landon? Answer.
Ballerina. What?
Well,
Ballet.
it is
Yeah.
ballet. What is the sum of the whole numbers from 1 to 10 inclusive? Blair?
55.
55 it is. He was a good husband to 3 of his 4 wives. One historian wrote about what Frankish king who was crowned emperor in 800, Blair?
Yeah. Charlemagne.
Charlemagne's right on your screens. Education is the key to unlock the golden door of freedom. This was the observation of what 19th to 20th century African-American scientist who developed over 300 different products, Blair?
Carver, yeah.
Answer?
Carver.
Yes, that's right. Because of an unusual weather phenomenon involving rising layers of fog, the 1863 Battle of Lookout Mountain is sometimes referred to as the battle above the what?
Clouds.
Landon, yeah, very good. Choice. How many calories are needed to raise the temperature of 1 gram of ice at 0 degrees Celsius to 10 degrees? Yup, Blair.
10. Yeah.
Answer?
10.
10.
No, it's 90. Walt Whitman and Alfred Noyes each wrote a poem about what spring flower that Whitman said.
Daffodil.
Blair? Answer? In 3, 2, 1.
Daffodil.
No, lilac last in the dooryard bloomed on your screens. This Winslow Homer painting depicts a cottage on what British islands in the Atlantic? Its capital, Landon? Answer, 3, 2, 1. It is Bermuda. Capital is Hamilton. Ice cream was introduced to England by what English king? And that does it, everybody. That is the end of the game. Stick around. We're going to look at these scores, tally everything up, and come back with what's what next.
I'm David Rubenstein, and I believe giving back is something we all can do. Many students are getting involved in their communities in important ways. I've asked them to share with us how they're making a difference.
Hi, my name is Eva. I'm a sophomore at Georgetown Day School, and in 2024, I founded a nonpartisan phone banking initiative focused on voter turnout in the suburbs of Atlanta, Georgia. I organized over 250 volunteers across 5 chapters across the U.S., and together we made more than 10,000 calls to Georgia voters. Leading this effort taught me how to build and motivate a team, communicate across differences, and stay organized under pressure. Most importantly, it showed me the power of grassroots action and how real change can happen when people come together with a purpose. It was one of the most rewarding and eye-opening experiences that I've had.
Like these students, you too can help improve the lives of so many people by volunteering in your town and community. Please read, learn, get involved, and make a difference.
The scores are now official. We begin with Washington International School from Washington, D.C. Maddie Reagan William, 415 points. From the Landon School in Bethesda, Noah Ryan Arthur, 430 points. And coming back for the semis, Montgomery Blair, home of the Blazers, Guggen Sophia Justin, 625 points. Well done, guys. We are so happy that you were with us today. Can't wait to see you next time. I'm Hillary Howard, and remember, everybody, it's academic. Bye-bye.
Support for It's Academic has been provided by the following: George Mason University, all together different.
Call us different.
Different in where we come from,
Where we're going,
and how we think.
but the same in our dreams for tomorrow.
Driven by the pull of possibility.
To inspire,
To think fearlessly. To protect and to heal the planet. We know the world will change.
together.
We will be the ones to change it.
Call Mason different. All
Together different.